So, this is a video I've put off making for a while. I wanted to see if any extra information was going to come out, and at this point, I don't think there will be, at least not immediately, so I think it's time to talk about it. Basically, I want to draw attention to what I think is a pretty serious problem CSGO skins currently have. It's not causing massive problems yet, but I also think there is a lot to be concerned about. Now, this topic mostly revolves around two large traders who've recently been banned, and banned in a way we haven't seen before. Why? Well, it seems there's a couple of reasons, and I want to shine a light on this because I think it could become a much bigger issue in the future. So, who are these people who've been banned? Well, let's just start with the first guy, Tibeg. This account was, once upon a time anyway, a major trader. If you look at his inventory just a couple of months ago, it is jam-packed full of high-end skins. This guy wasn't a small deal, there's about $100,000 of skins in here, and you can tell due to the mix of skins he's got that he's very actively buying and selling stuff, or at least he was doing that, until his account got a minor case of the trade bans. Now, I've seen traders with big inventories get banned before. For example, I once looked at a guy called Andre who got banned with a 100k inventory, but a quick look at his profile tells us why. The dude is a massive scammer. So, when I first came across Tibeg's profile in the exact same situation, my immediate instinct was to look for the same sort of signs he was a scammer. Dodgy plus rep comments, laughable descriptions, all the regular things that scammers tend to do. But as I searched through it, I quickly realized something was wrong because I couldn't find anything. You see, I was pretty certain when I started looking that I'd find some dodgy stuff, but Tibeg was the opposite of dodgy. In fact, he actually had people on his friends list that I knew and trusted and who actually went and vouched for him. He wasn't Steam rep banned, all his plus reps looked legitimate. I couldn't see an obvious reason why someone like him was banned. And then something even weirder happened. His trade ban disappeared and it was replaced with this thing. A trade probation, something I'd never ever seen before. And not only that, something I'd never seen before happened as well, because Tibeg was able to move all his skins off this account and onto a new one where he resumed trading again. This was all really bizarre, and wanting to know more, I reached out to him to see what he had to say about it, and the response I got only made things stranger. The message he got from Steam support when he got banned outright didn't make sense. According to the message, his account was reported by many users who apparently provided hard evidence, and as a result, they were permanently banning his account. And that may sound pretty bad, but it was directly contradicted by what actually happened to him. Valve literally put a timer on his account telling him everything would be unlocked in 2 weeks' time, and that is exactly what happened, and it was also at that point his ban changed to a trade probation. Now, Tibeg's best guess about what happened was he was mass reported by a group of people, although he wasn't exactly sure who, but he did bring up one more interesting detail. His account was programmed to automatically accept any empty trade offers sent to it. This is very useful for someone regularly using buff 163, but it can also lead to you accepting random trades sent to you by people for other reasons, and that is something that could be used against you if someone was reporting your account. So, the whole scenario was bizarre. Temporary bans and trade probations had almost never been seen in the CSGO community before. Valve's messages to Tibeg contradicted themselves, but the most alarming part was where the whole problem seems to have come from: user reports. Now, this is not new to me. You remember Andre, the scammer with the 100k inventory who got banned that we mentioned earlier? Well, Andre was not randomly banned by Valve. He was banned after a coordinated campaign to report his account until Valve finally put a trade ban on it. And sure, this guy might be a fucking scammer, but you know what that means? He would have been receiving a lot of trade offers where he was getting an item for nothing in return, and that is the exact same thing Tibeg thought might have gotten himself banned. And this immediately got me worried that we could be dealing with a deeper problem, and that brings us to our second character, Grizzly. Now, Grizzly is a large trader with a less than ideal reputation and a bit of a habit of going out of his way to make people really dislike him. If you look at his Steam profile, he literally has made a group called Skinbid, Skinbid being Zipple's skin bidding site with a picture of Zipple as the profile picture, but of course the group has nothing to do with Zipple or Skinbid, it's simply got him and 3 friends in it, or in other words, it's kind of a weird impersonation attempt done solely to try and piss Zipple off, not to mention copying techniques employed by scammers in the process. Nice one there, Grizzly, seems like a good move. Now, he was also actively involved in a hit job video on Honor Pixel which claimed a knife Honor had sold in January 2020 for $6,500 was actually worth $20,000, something which actively rallied the community against him, and he's even gone to stunning lengths to make me think he's a massive weirdo. A few weeks ago, he approached me posing as someone trying to sell a butterfly knife ruby. I offered him a normal cash price, only for him to go ballistic claiming I was scamming viewers, linking a dodgy trader who buys highly liquid skins to sell on gambling sites as proof of that. Now, I'm not sure if he thought this was some genius covert op or something like that, but it was extremely obvious to me this was a trader trying to stir up trouble, which is why I wasn't particularly nice in response. But the really interesting thing is that Grizzly wasn't actually trying to troll me here, at least not originally. He was actually trying to butter me up for a business proposal because he immediately approached me afterwards with an offer to trade with people on my behalf, essentially trading vicariously through my reputation. Now, allowing someone to use your name as collateral on trades is one of the stupidest things you could possibly do. I wouldn't let someone do it even if their name was Zipple, and the chance of me letting some weirdo who'd literally just tried to pull some kind of strange psyop on me is less than zero. And with that background out of the way, we can look at why we care about this guy. You see, about a month ago, Grizzly had a bunch of trading accounts, apparently with $1 million of skins in them, banned by Valve. And according to the messages Grizzly got, the stated reason was use for commercial purposes. And unlike Tibeg, it doesn't appear that he's going to be getting them back. He hit a brick wall with Steam support and wasn't able to get any further. Now, there was remarkably little sympathy for him in the community due to his behaviour at various points. No shocks there. But there was also this detail here that caught my attention. Most of the accounts have only bought skins from Buff. So, in other words, almost all of these trading accounts were doing automated trades via a Steam API key using Buff, which is an extremely common thing to do. Tons and tons of people use it. But again, it also means a lot of trade offers where you're being sent a skin seemingly for nothing in return. And when you think about it, a lot of people do not like Grizzly. It is highly plausible he might have been mass reported. And when you put those two things together, well, this situation looks very similar to Tibeg's. And that's why I'm kind of worried about this. Being able to sell CSGO skins for cash is the lifeblood of Counter-Strike. It is the basis of its monetization system. It generates huge interest in the game. It is absolutely pivotal to everything. And make no mistake, Valve are completely on board with this. They've tolerated cash sales since the very beginning, never taking action against anyone at all unless they are absolutely forced to. OP Skins were literally trying to resurrect an illegal gambling industry which was targeting minors before they stepped in. And CSGO skins were made for this in the first place. The whole point of them was to create a market. And it is in Valve's interest to make sure skins keep their value. And you know what's bad for the value of skins? Having traders being randomly banned for vague reasons. That is terrible for skins, but this is just stating the obvious. What terrifies me here is actually the pattern I can see. Being able to buy skins for cash means being able to receive trade offers where the person trading with you gets nothing in return. That is an unavoidable reality of the system, and if that puts you at risk of getting banned, well, that entire system is going to break down. And if the cause of those bans is people mass reporting an account, this whole situation goes from bad to worse. The simple reality is, not all skin traders are good people, and they will happily use underhanded methods to get rid of the competition. If they think they can get a rival banned, they will do it. I've seen plenty of fighting in the scene over the years, and it all tends to revolve around profit. And if you can up your profit by trade banning other traders, it is going to happen. Now, At the moment, we don't know heaps about how it works, but I can promise you there are people out there already trying to figure it out, and if they can work out a consistent way to get accounts taken down, we are in for a world of hurt. Now, my main recommendation at this point is to avoid automating anything on your account if you're a large trader. Obviously, you can't get around things like buff trades, but everything else, keep it manual if you can. Valve aren't going to let something like this destroy the skin economy. They need it just as much as we do, but doing something like this could cause a lot of damage before it's solved, and all I hope is that it doesn't come to that. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, massively appreciated. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your guts. I'm Jesus. Thanks for watching. See ya.